오늘은 내가 경험했던 그 과정을 퀴즈로 한번 풀어볼까 해. 왜냐면 난 퀴즈 매니아거든.
Not to start dancing in couple if I don't control myself. We need to control ourselves. We need to do sharp turn. We need to hold to control the syncopated, how to control my movement. So that's why we start like 10 minutes like this, and then we start in couple. Every classes we will do the same. Okay, this is really important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, that, 3, and 5, that, and body is step, that.
2 points of connections. My center of my hip in the bounce of the guy, yeah? Right bones. And then we breathe and we connect the sternum with the guy.
We have 3 different positions in Bachata Sensual. First one is body with body, close position. Second one is medium distance,
Here or here.
or here, for example. And third position is this one, combinations, turns, whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
So the second position, we use the second position to do the transitions. For example, if you want to turn,
Or diagonals, we use a lot. Or if I want to walk, whatever, we're here. First position, body movement. So each position have one specific movement. Okay, this is really important. Sometimes as a leader, my mind is confusion. From long time ago, in Bachata Sensual, leaders are leading, but no dancing. No dancing. This is leading.
Oh.
My leading is amazing. But where is my dancing? So what we're gonna try is, in the beginning, something really easy, but the leaders lead with our body. I just want to lead with my body.
I'm going here in my center. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The 99% of the time, our body.
The leaders lead with our body. Lead with our body. Lead with our body.
guys, use your body. Yeah. From here we do 1, 2. Body.
3 and 5 and 7, 8. 7, 8. 7, 8. 7, 8. We love when you go always at the same level as your follow. I hate really when you do this. I hate it because I want Andrea feel comfortable. So I want to go down with you. If you goes down, I go down with you. If you goes up, I goes up with you. Okay, you never stay in different level. No, we always are in the same level. So don't come back to the pace. If you don't want to start the basic, if you want to continue movement, you have to, don't finish the movement. Wait here to start the another one. Stay here, and now start another movement. And 1, 2, 6, 7, stop. And 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Two very important points. The first is the connections, for sure, the connections. But the second one is also the visual.
Eye contact.
Lateral wave for me is this. Look, Andrea.
Lateral.
She just see my position and she's gonna be in the same position like me. Okay, so visual and mirror position. So we do 7, 8, and now we will go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, let's go. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cha cha. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We have limits to one way like this. This is okay. I want that you arrive to your limit and you go, and we really need to understand all the movement that we have to do, all the muscles that we need to move with tension to arrive to my limit and to come back to my limit all the time. This we use in Bachata Sensual. We use our elbows.
We are going to give a little bit tension here. We are going to create a line, and we are going to hop. The elbows always in the line of the chest, yeah, of the lady. Never up, never here. Relax. And from here, we can do the basic. So separate the energy from the hand, go directly to the shoulder, and watch this. Yeah, so we need to bend the elbows. We are here, and the energy from the hand go directly to the elbow, shoulder. Yeah, and shoulder connect with the upper body. Yeah, so if we are here, we have tension, and we can do the rotation and not like this. Yeah, so always in contact. When we be up, we need to relax. When we do the basic, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this moment we are going to go up with the right elbow, yeah, of the lady, left elbow of the guy, and we are going to focus on the right and left elbow of the leader and fall. Yeah, we are going to go down, we go up.
We use in Bachata Sensual, we use our elbows as the
Like the like the
lungs. ¿Cómo se dice los pulmones? Lungs. As the lungs. So when we go up with the elbows, it's like we breathe. When we go down, we exhale, right? So this is the same. When we're here, we're up. When we want to go down, we exhale. We go down with the elbows, and then we continue. And try to use it. Because I don't feel that you are using this. I don't feel it. You are doing great, but no. I need more from you. Let's go.
So, yes, and then.
6, 7, 8. 7, 8. Breathe in. And 1. And 2. And.
Yes, and then, and breathe. And then we go with the left. Left. You need to breathe from the chest. The one that you do this. Just from here, we relax. And then we breathe. Breathe. So super soft. Just breathe. Remember, breathe. Here, breathe. Breathe and most important thing is this, okay? If we don't have the breathing, the energy going up and down, there's no fluid movement. It comes breathe, rotation, and then shift the weight, right? We want to reach it to the max, and then contract. Yes?
And one. And then go.
And next, bend and go down. Because now we're gonna go up again. We are dancing. We are flying. It's not. No. Down. Up. Down. Up again. And now basic. But try to fly.
But guys, to do this, you need to breathe. You need to feel. Yeah? You are here. You go down here. And we need to. And breathe.
This is one of the most difficult things in Bachata Sensual. Most difficult thing in Bachata Sensual, because this point is the point of connection between the upper body and the lower body. It's the part of connection. So try that Andrea told you. If you go back, try to keep forward more, keep forward until the last moment. Until the last moment. Don't go here directly. Okay? Because it's the moment of the resistance. If I want to go slowly, I will go slowly with this. But if you're already here, we're all the time like fast. Okay? 7. You know the movement, but you try to go so fast. Okay? Feel like you are in hot. You are in slow resistance, like you are in hot, like you are in hot, like you are in hot, Feel like you are in honey and you are in slow resistance. I feel like I am dancing in a bottle of honey. Your resistance of your muscles is high. So in bachata, we use the 3 resistance. Try to do the same movement, but with hand resistance, with water resistance, with air resistance. Try to do different. For example, infinity. I can do in honey resistance. I can do in water. I can do in air. Do the movement, even the wave. Normal wave. This is a normal wave. This is honey. Honey, honey, honey. I do in water. Water, 5, 6, water, and 1, and 3, honey, 5, 6, 7, 8, wow, and
Pull this part forward, forward, forward until the final. Yes, like there's something there that I can push the air to the directions. Something like is soft, but it has texture, okay? So this is helping you to connect your back and to actually feel like there's resistance on the air, okay? So when I use this kind of movements, I need to feel or imagine a kind of resistance from the air to me. This is helping me to execute and give and feel this energy to me.
I can do a culito, a contra. Do you know that, right? I can do a culito, like water, and now I can go slow in honey. And maybe now I can go 8 and come back. Goes up. 1. Okay? Energy. Resistance. Quality of movement. Calidad de movimientos. Okay? So we have. Resistance. I don't feel that you are using this, but no, I need more from you. Let's go. 7. You know the movement, but you try to go so fast. If I don't receive this energy from you, follow, I cannot to change. I all the time dancing in like an automatic in the same resistance, and it's boring.
Here, guys, you dance amazing, but I think in my experience, and try to feel more this energy and try to hear the music, because you like movement and combinations, but you forget to listen the music. Your leading is super good, and your following is super good, but you need to try to hear the music and you need to feel this energy when you hear the music. Yeah?
그리고 나 잘할 거 하나 있는데 나 루이스랑 소셜하고 나서 You dance really good 받았다?